my point is that if a stock on Monday morning is worth 100 million, and on Thursday the market cap is worth 20, the market and the exchange should stop letting it fucking be shorted. Meaning the same way they would if the broader exchange was down. Why treat the individual investor stocks differently than they would the large caps? I just don't get it.
What's up, Muln fans? I hope you guys are enjoying your weekends out there. This is a video that you will not want to miss, and I just had to share this with you all. If you are not familiar with CEO Block, they are activist block of public CEOs, executives, and shareholders that are committed to putting an end to naked short selling and other abusive trading practices. And they just recently did a call conference on April 13th. And a lot of things they discussed in this conference call covers Muln Automotive situation to a T. All I need you guys to do is pay attention to the key details in this call, hit that like button, and spread this video like wildfire so that more people can get this information.
Why when a stock goes from 100 million to 10 million, why doesn't the same theory of fucking apply? Like, I don't understand it. Like, it's pretty simple to me, actually. Like, if you've set the precedent when the world is coming apart, then when a mini world is coming apart, meaning a stock is getting decimated the way the exchanges were getting decimated in 08, why don't they just stop shorting it, pull out altogether? Wouldn't that solve the problem? Why reverse split is a setup to get crushed again.
Whole micro-cap short seller market maker exemption is a worse swamp than DC. It's a worse swamp than the mob because half the stuff they're doing to investors is legal. So I would just say in complete opposition to reverse split is if you think about, the guys who do the toxic financings, I'm not on here to name and shame anyone, but everybody knows the crowd. And the more money you take from them, the lower, the more warrants and stuff they get. So they're just at the table feeding themselves. Italians call it like a gavone. You're full, but you just keep shoving more salami down your throat. And when those guys and their friends at the market makers who know precisely how to figure out and project how many warrants these people may be getting and what the overhang will be the next registration, they're sitting there salivating, and when they hear words like reverse, think about the Three Little Pigs, and the wolf has the chef's hat on and he's sharpening his knives. They're dying for it. It just makes their life so much easier. They don't have to worry about the fundamentals getting better because there's always going to be supply for them to cover. And if you do it, maybe there's a few companies that thread the needle and they have great fundamentals to back it up, and they do the reverse to meet the minimum requirement to uplist. I get those, but at the same time, there's a mountain in front of you now that you must chop through of people who don't care about the fundamentals of your company. They just want to get paid. So, to me, if that's not a good enough overview, you're basically helping the guys who caused you this problem. So it's like, having cancer and smoking cigarettes.
And I, for one, I look at the stock at 15 cents or 14 cents, and I say, all right, so someone comes around and let's just keep the math simple. They reverse split that stock to $1.40. So in that moment, who is it that is selling right after the split? So is it just market makers accumulating a further naked short because just the mathematical distance from the new number to a lower number represents a greater sort of swatch of playing field for them? And so even though your market cap was $10 million before and your market cap was $10 million at the same moment, they'll shit you down to 50% of that market cap just because the runway is there. Is that essentially what's happening?
I think there's I think there's a lot of reasons, but I would just say it's like, to me, it's like a signal that if you're already short, you say, oh boy, I hope they don't come out with with some news. This thing, the float's a little tight. I got no more warrants to convert. They're short. They have to contemplate, the organic news risk, the fundamental risk, weekend risk, carry costs, some other things. But once you know there's a reverse, there's tons of shares out there. It's going to be at a price, and then shortly thereafter, it's going to be down from that price.
Well, BC, you raised an interesting point, which is that, it isn't necessarily even the toxic lenders at that point, meaning the reverse, like you said, is kind of like a last moment, DEFCON hitting butt.
I think so.
And so it's understandable that, when people are at that point as a company, that it's indicative of they're either going one of two ways, out of business, or they've resuscitated themselves. And the data, again, would show that most times they are still going out of business.
When they're doing a reverse, they're doing it in many instances because they're going to supposedly get away from the naked shorts on the bulletin board, and they're going to be in a safer waters and clear air. And the truth of the matter is, if the company stinks, it stinks no matter what exchange it's on. And, you know how many companies are coming to us saying they want me, you, CEO Block, and all the other members to help them. They want to join. More often than not in my career, I've told companies, don't bother. I wouldn't take a pay from you because it's not, if it's naked shorts, they're not wrong. Your company is not doing well. So, I would personally, I'm not a short seller per se, although I facilitate them for legal shorts. If I had to pick long or short, and I think I would short this company, then I don't think it's because of naked shorting. It's because not
right. Well,
good.
And again, even if it is naked shorting, it's naked shorting piling on top of, and I use that word piling on top of each
Warren
other.
Buffett, when asked about shorts and naked shorts, he said, I love them. They're future buyers. So, the moral of the story is if you're really building a good company and the fundamentals are right and it's going the right direction, shorts should be part of the equation that you can depend on down the line because they're going to be buying back stock. So,
go. Less than abundance. Look who raised from the dungeon. Still come through in the clutch. I'm that dime in a dozen. Filling up clean to the function. Niggas mislead with assumptions. Gotta stay clean from the grudges.